Now we will see Python function concept using a small example program, addition of two numbers. As it is addition of two numbers, we have to read two numbers from the user using the input statement. As the input is going to give you a string format data, we are trying to convert that into the integer and storing in one variable a. The second number also we are trying to read in the same way, add it up and storing in a variable c, trying to print the sum. So the first flower bracket is going to take the input from the first variable which has been specified within the format. The second flower bracket is going to take the value of the second variable, that is b, and the third flower bracket is going to take the variable from the third variable which has been specified under the format function. Now we will see the execution. It will execute in the same way. Now we will see how to write the same program using functions. Function declaration will be in the beginning of the program. So def is the keyword to declare any function. I am giving the sum as the function name. As it is a function, it has to be followed by the parenthesis, and as per syntax, colon. What I am trying to write under the function. Whatever we have done here, that is reading two numbers, addition of two numbers and printing the values of that. The complete thing inside the function. So the function definition has been written. This we call it as a function header. This is function body. The whole thing we call as a function definition. When we execute this, we'll read this, but it will not execute the remaining lines. It will store that there is a function in the program which is named as sum, and when the sum has been called, then it has to execute these lines of the code. That much it will understand and it will store it. But now I have to call the function to execute those lines of the code. For that, you have to call the function. How you are going to call the function? Just specify the function name and parenthesis. Then this sum is going to call the function. So once again we will see how the program will be executed. First, the compiler will see the def word and it understands that there is a function and sum is the name of the function. It skips the complete function definition and comes here. As we are having a comment here, it will not execute even that line. Then it comes to the next line where we are having the sum parenthesis. It is, we call it as a function call. So then it will call the function. It will go inside and it will ask the user to enter the number because we are having an input statement. Then in the similar way, read the B, calculate and print it. Then it will come back to the place from where it has been called. Just give a return here and by default 0 value. We are not returning any value. By default it will be giving 0. So it comes here and as we doesn't have any other code after this, it will stop executing the program. This type of function what we have written, we call it as function without parameter and without return type, because we are not sending any information from the function call statement to the function header. It is an empty thing. We are taking the input within the function and printing the output within the function. We are just coming back from the function to the from where it has been called. So we call it as a function without parameter, without return type. So asking enter first number. So 10 I have entered. Second number 20. So you are getting the output as sum of 10 and 20 is 30. how previously it has been executed. Only the difference is whatever the code you have written as separate, that you had put into the as a block of function, and you are calling that function. Until I call the function, these lines of code will not be executed. If I comment the sum, we will see whether it will be executing or not. Here if you observe, it is not asking me to enter the first number. This is previous time when we run, we got this output, but here now it is not executing. That means until I call the function, whatever I have written inside the function, it will not be executed.